We're running a little late. Shouldn't be too much longer. Our previous podcast ran a little late, so Jake and Rachel are just getting ready.
Yeah. Yeah, this week's Shield was very interesting. So.
Mm-hmm. What was the penultimate? Usually the penultimates are pretty intense to set up for the finales.
Yeah. I can only imagine what the finale of Shield's going to be like.
Hello, Lewis. Hello, Alex, Ashley. Zoror Games, welcome back. Daniela. I'm so glad Daniela's here for this episode. Let's see. What else we got up here? Scrolling. It's a lot to read.
You scrolling.
Scrolling down the.
Yeah, scrolling.
Yeah. And hello, Sally. Glad that you could join us as well.
So I got the Ghost Rider face off.
And your Peter Pan hat on.
Yeah, you couldn't tell, could you? That I was a different person 2 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, totally different. Who are you?
The scene that I just made didn't save, did it?
I have no idea.
It did not. What?
I was thinking about painting my face green, but I don't have the right shade of green. I need the right shade of green that doesn't make me look like I'm sweating all the time.
So, Zelina green?
Exactly.
I unlocked everything.
Rachel, say something.
Something.
Okay. That's exactly what I asked for. I'd expect no less. Alright, just gotta set up 2 more things and we'll be good. Get my green screen going. I hear somebody's TV in the background.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Why is the TV going? Oh, because my brother's in here, that's fine. And he's being a nuisance.
Aren't all little brothers supposed to do that?
Maybe. Let's see. Yes. All right. Lower thirds.
I can't believe some of the shows they renewed to come back. I'm like, I don't know anyone that watches that, and I've seen some of them, and they're like, that's all horrible.
They don't go on whether or not it's good or not. They go on the ratings. So.
Jacob.
Hmm?
Right now, Agents Shield is on renewed or almost renewed.
Oh, that's
list.
good.
Yeah.
I was getting worried.
So was I. Stop watching the reality shows, people.
Talk about your Dancing with the Stars or whatever. Dancing with the Stars. That should be called. I don't even know.
Dancing with the D-Stars.
I actually used to watch it actually just because it was on. And I'm like, whatever.
So Rachel, you want me to use your Savannah lower third?
No. I tell Mike
Dancing-
every time to delete it. He's just like, it doesn't do it.
Dancing with the Stars. Real live people with dead careers dancing. If you want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Funny.
So this isn't Zelina makeup, but it'll do.
Daniela says, "That must be sad that Rumpel and Bell didn't sing Evermore
was
in the
Belle?
musical episode."
We'll talk about that. We will talk about that.
We're still not live yet. I mean, we're live, but we still haven't started yet, so I'm still not revealing any of my feelings about the musical.
We'll talk about all of that.
I've been really good at keeping it under lock and key. No one knows my feelings on it.
We will find out.
Bob's Burgers has been renewed.
Yes, and I'm so excited about that.
All right. Whenever Jacob is ready, we will be ready. You ready? I mean, you could take some more time if you need to.
I mean, well, what else am I gonna do?
I don't know.
Put a Z somewhere here.
I like the fact they put some of these shows as canceled when they were never canceled. They just ended. They ended their series. It's like they weren't canceled.
It's technically canceled.
No, I'm good.
I don't know. I don't go off any of those projected websites because the Sleepy Hollow was projected canceled for 2 years straight. They said definitely not coming back, 100% canceled, and then guess what? Sleepy Hollow's renewed. But no, Sleepy Hollow is officially canceled now. You can't go by projected. You have to go by the actual networks.
Yeah.
So,
it gives you an idea.
all it's telling you is the ratings. You can look at the ratings yourself and give yourself your own idea. They have no insider information. They're just off of ratings.
Gravity Falls had great ratings. It still got canceled after 2 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what those projected numbers mean, is people are just going off ratings. That's all. They don't have insider information. All right. Anyway, you guys ready?
Ready.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. I think I forgot to edit this. Yes, I did. There we go. Okay. Apply. All right. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a lot of noise. Starting in 5, 4, 3. Warning! This podcast contains What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Once Upon a Time, the musical episode. Season 6, Episode 20, A Song in Your Heart. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Jake and Rachel.
Hello.
So, unfortunately, guys, Nikki is not able to join us tonight. She came down with the flu. So,
It seems to be going around.
Yeah, very, very disappointing. She's not, I know. She tried everything she could to be here for you guys. Her stomach is just not up for it. So
I will fill in
here
for the Emma.
She's here in spirit. So, the big thing that we were talking about last week was whether or not I was going to like this episode, because I hate musical episodes and shows. The only one up to this point, the only one that I feel like that I could say that I really enjoyed was Psych. And then I said that I would keep it under wraps. I wouldn't even tell my fellow co-hosts what I thought of this episode all the way through. And I have not. I have not shared any information at all. So what I am going to say is we'll get to it. So what did you guys think of it?
I like
I
this
enjoyed
episode.
it.
The songs were okay. That's all I'm going to say. Songs were okay. I like the episode.
They weren't
Actually,
as bad as I
actually
thought.
really like-
I honestly, I thought they were going to be worse than they were.
Oh, I thought they were going to be terrible. I heard one and I didn't like it. And it made me worried. But actually, the songs were actually okay. It reminded me a lot of Enchanted. And I love Enchanted.
Mhm.
So I actually like this episode.
Some of the songs reminded me of like different bands and stuff.
Yeah, it did. Well, I think Regina's song was the most distinct and also the
Hook
most.
song. Hook song reminded me of a Queen song.
It did. Now that I think about it. Okay, but we'll talk about the songs individually.
Yes.
And how we think about them. But overall, my overall thoughts that I will get into more depth later is I really like the episode. Better than I thought it was going to be. Not my favorite musical episode. I will say that.
I haven't seen a lot of musical episodes in a lot of the shows I've watched don't have a lot of musical episodes.
There's 4 musical episodes of TV shows that you have to watch.
Buffy.
And that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That one's called Once More with Feeling. Power Rangers. That one's called Another Song and Dance. Bob's Burgers. It's called Wonder Wharf. And then I can't remember the name of this one, but it's the Scrubs musical episode.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, the Psych one is 100% recommended from me. And I think the only other one that I know Rachel has seen is the Supergirl.
The Supergirl
Flash
one, yeah.
And that wasn't that good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I liked the puns in the song. I think that's what was funny for me.
So
Anyway.
This episode starts off right off the bat with Emma preparing for a talent show back in 1991 in Minnesota when she's still in like a halfway house.
A group home.
Yeah.
A group home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I thought was interesting is she was humming the Once Upon a Time like theme song. I was like, this is that like little jingle that we constantly hear throughout the whole thing. And I was like, maybe this episode has potential. Maybe this musical is gonna be. Maybe it's gonna surprise me. So, really, really excited for the intrigue of that. Then we cut to. From there we cut right to the title screen, which I thought was really cool. It was like an orchestra that we get to see, because usually it's something from, some kind of fairy tale canon. But this, they were just like, nope, it's an orchestra.
Like a Fantasia.
Yeah. And then we cut back to present day, and we see, Snow and Emma getting ready for the wedding. And
She had all the dresses out.
Emma's just like, I don't like...
dresses.
Yeah, all 2 dresses. And she's like, I don't like either of them. I don't know. Something's just not right. And that's when we find out that Snow had Belle look in Rumple's shop for her wedding dress to see if it came back with them. And it, in fact, did.
Oh, God, I was so happy. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I hate this dress.
I'm not saying it's the most beautiful dress.
I think it's hideous.
But it's like it's the sentiment. It's
Yeah.
Somebody killed the ugly duckling and just stuck it to a dress. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, like Rachel said, it's the sentiment of it. It's your mother's wedding dress. That means more than any wedding dress.
I don't think
you
you
know.
gotta wear it.
Well, she wanted to. I mean, come on. She hasn't had her mom for very long. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, yes, of course I want to wear this dress.
Yeah. It's the sentiment of it. And then you know, they get it all ready, they bring it over, and all of a sudden the dress turns black.
And made it cooler.
And becomes.
I actually did like it black. I have to admit, I
Well,
did like it.
it became a little hairy too. It was like that frilly kind of. I don't know, like, oh god, Rachel's
Oh god,
blacked out.
I'm gonna try out something. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, but and then like what do you call that? The hair, like it's like costume, like almost like a boa kind of like hair, like the whole dress was made out of, and that yeah, I agree.
Boas are made out of fur.
Yeah, but it's
feather.
not all boas. Not all boas are made out of real fur, but
Real fur.
it was like a frilly kind of fur. It wasn't like actual like a fur coat fur, you know?
Yeah.
And it just looked really cool. So I agree. I agree with Jake that Black Fairy came and made the dress look better. But she reveals herself, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, do it during the wedding. Ruin the wedding. That's what I'm thinking at the time. Like, that's what I wanted out of all this. Not that I don't want Emma and Hook to have like a nice wedding or whatever, but I'm like thinking of how it's got to go down. Like, you always interrupt the ceremony. That's what the villain's supposed to do. You know, like,
she's not a very good villain. Okay.
Okay, maybe.
She hasn't had interaction with a lot of people in a long time.
Well, actually, she has, just with children.
Yeah,
Just
that's
different.
also true. So she reveals that she wants Emma's heart now instead of fighting the final battle, to just hand it over and save them all the trouble. And she says, since you don't know what you're in store for, head over to the clock tower.
Because everything's got to happen at the clock tower.
Everything happens at the clock tower because it's the center of this town.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Apparently, Granny's place.
No, that's the heart.
Oh, yeah, the heart.
Yeah. So they go to the clock tower. They find out there is enough black fairy dust to cover the whole town in, surprise, another dark curse.
Oh, great.
Well, she's the one that made up the dark curse in the first place. So
But this is a new one.
This one is set to go off when the clock strikes 6. And
You
this
chose the wrong time.
Yeah, right?
it's supposed to be midnight.
No.
Oh, that's
The
Cinderella.
other one. The other one.
All of them are like strikes midnight and shit's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of cutting back and forth, and most of the songs were in the flashback. So I'm gonna go right now. We're gonna discuss straight up until the actual wedding, just before the wedding, and then we'll cut to the flashbacks and we'll come back to the wedding. So we see Hook looking over a white tux with David, right?
And I think
That
City
was
is
hilarious. That was so funny.
and
Not enough leather for you?
yeah,
who chose the wedding clothes
I
for the
don't
same
know.
thing.
I don't know.
Colonel Sanders, is that what we're doing?
That white tux was not good. I'm sorry. It was
No,
not.
I just love David's response. What? Not enough leather for you?
Well, that would have been better.
That would have been better.
Yeah, but Emma comes in. She's like, "No, it's fine," and I'm just like, "No,
No, it's not.
no, it's not." And then she basically she told Hook, you know, about the Black Fairy returning and that she had to fight her alone and everything's gonna be fine. And Hook's like, "No, you just came to say goodbye, didn't you?" And
Because they know each other.
yeah, and
You know.
she couldn't say no because she kind of was, but you know, at the same time. So Hook takes it upon himself to now go and attack Rumple in his shop, shoots him with a dart of Dream Shade that he apparently brought back from Neverland.
When did how long have you been keeping this?
Yeah,
Did you
right.
know?
Well, he just was in Neverland.
No, that's true. No, I know. But, I mean, this is something he may have had on the Jolly Roger for who knows how long. You know?
Yeah, he may have.
It could have been just in his chest, because the whole Jolly Roger, all that, they were all in Neverland, you know? Like, not even just recently. I'm talking about Hook was there long
Last
time. He
episode.
could have stored a bunch of it, you know, on the ship.
Probably.
So Rumple goes to sleep, and Hook's like, you know, we're doing this so Emma could defeat your mother without your involvement, all that, and then the Black Fairy shows up, and I was like, no. I don't know. And then while this is going on, Emma is she's looking for a way to find everybody, to bring everybody memories along with her when they get separated. She's trying to find photos of everybody. She's going through all kinds of stuff. That's when Henry comes in and discovers the tape recording, which just happened to be set just before the song that Emma was humming from the talent show back in 1991. It was
Apparently,
set
you
perfectly.
kept this tape recorder.
You kept it. You kept the tape
All
in the
these
tape
years.
recorder, and you rewound it for us. Good job. Thank you.
Well, this goes to show just how good the Black Fairy is at manipulating people. She doesn't even have to use her power. She manipulates the fuck out of people.
Mm-hmm.
She makes them feel things that they haven't felt in years, or makes them feel the feelings that she wants them to feel, like she does with Rumple.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, to make Emma feel as alone as she was in 1991 is quite a big feat, actually.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Black Fairy was that bitchy orphan that way back in the day.
Yeah. Lewis in chat says that I think Hook could have rocked the white. Maybe. I mean, I would have had to actually see him in it to decide.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, no. I know. I just didn't see Hook in white. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That was just weird.
Yeah.
I would never have made my husband wear white.
Alex asks in chat, he goes, "Are there any Lost references, Dom?" I actually
Great job.
did
Great
not.
job, Alex.
I didn't
Nice.
notice a single one. That's not saying there isn't one. I just didn't notice one if there was.
Well, you lost the opportunity for one. Black Fairy, choosing the wrong time.
But yeah. Lewis says, "Do you think the Black Fairy loves Rumple?" I think so.
I think she does.
Well, of course, she does in her own twisted way.
Mm.
And I think her bringing all the kids there was probably her way of trying to fill that void that was left behind when Rumple got taken from her. And then she just got mean. They wouldn't love her the way that they should love her.
Yeah. Yep. So while all of this is going on, so Emma's looking for these pictures while Hook's in the shop, and then at the same time we have Zelina and Regina looking for something to do to stop the Black Fairy. Buy them some time. Literally buy them some time. They find out that they can maybe possibly isolate the time stop element of the original curse. So that's what they work on. They end up getting it right. Rumple steals it and freezes them all. Everybody but Emma and Henry.
Yep.
So,
Well, Henry wasn't there, so
Yeah, Henry was still in the office after Emma left. He's sitting there looking at his book.
Because it took him that long just to look through the pages.
Yeah, and he starts flipping out, right?
And it's the first time we've seen him totally freak out.
Yeah.
And
Ever.
This was terrible. And I mean acting-wise. I am sorry.
He starts flipping out, he's throwing stuff everywhere, and a page falls out.
Well, he threw the book,
Yeah.
and I think he just did that accidentally. I don't think he meant to do that. See, this is just weird seeing Henry this way. He doesn't get this way, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I just need to get used to it.
Yeah, I think that's why it's important, because he doesn't get this way. He's so frustrated, because normally he feels in control. As the author, he feels in control. Mm-hmm. This is completely out of his control. He, all his hope, everything is just gone at this point. He's got nothing left. He's broken, he's shattered. And this page gives him that. It gives him hope.
Or the reason why they had this scene was to conveniently have the page fall out of the book, and they couldn't find another way to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Alex is saying in chat, Dom, did you like the musical or not? We'll get to it.
We're getting to it. We're getting to it.
We're gonna go song by song. That's how I'm gonna do, and then I'll tell you overall what I thought of it. Because I know that's what you guys want to hear. I know you want to hear if I like it, so figure out. I'll stretch it out.
You know you want to hear it, so he's not going to tell you right now.
Yeah, so I'll stretch it out a little.
Is.
Stretch it out. So with this page, right, we get the whole flashback story. We've been getting the flashbacks throughout, but now the characters kind of have the flashback story. So with the flashbacks, it's revealed that Snow makes a wish for Emma. Right, she wants to have her chance at a happy ending.
This is not the first time Snow has made a wish.
No, but this is the first time she wished on a
This time it actually
falling
worked.
star. So there was actually a shooting star when she made the wish. So.
And it wasn't a wish for her, so
Yeah.
That bodes pretty heavy too.
Yep.
Yet
So
it affects everybody.
they wake up, or Snow wakes up to a bird and the bird and everything, and she starts singing.
It affects the bird too.
It affects everything. Right?
First thing
Not
I thought was Cinderella, because Cinderella had a lot of bluebirds in it.
Yeah, she had birds just perched up on her bedside, and she had vermin in her house.
I love the whole, when she starts singing, she's like, oh my god, like what? She's singing. What is going on?
I like when musicals.
Why am I singing?
I like in musicals when they are aware that they're singing and they're like, "Yeah, this is weird."
This is weird. And she's like, "Oh my god!"
Like,
Yeah.
stop it.
Stop.
So the first song we get here is called "Powerful Magic," and it starts off with Snow, and in comes Charming, and they're all like confused, and then it's revealed, that this is Snow's wish, and that they're thinking that they could use this song to defeat the evil queen.
And here is my problem with the episode. While I did love this episode, here's my problem with it. This plan is fucking stupid, and it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. That's how Disney shows. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but this goes beyond Disney. This is just stupid. If this was a Disney movie Disney movies don't stoop this low.
Well, this is
cheesiness.
This is the self-aware musical. Like in
Yeah,
Disney
it's a
movies,
self-aware
they're not
musical.
aware they're singing like that. They're not aware that it's out of their control. Like
I
that's
know,
the point
but
of this. It's almost
But
like a
Disney
curse.
movies have never outright said, "Oh, we're singing, and this singing is going to defeat evil person number one." I don't understand.
Well, that's because in a Disney movie, singing is just it's part of it, and it's like they're singing a song.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense here either. Though.
No, it does. It does because
they're self-aware that they're singing, but they're not self-aware that they're in a musical. They are aware that they are singing.
They're aware that they're singing and that there's a spell going on.
Yeah, there's a spell that gave them really good singing voices. How does this defeat the evil queen?
Because
I know
it's
because it wasn't meant for them. It wasn't meant for them to use against the evil queen, but how would it defeat the evil queen anyway? What made you come to the conclusion
the whole lyrics of the song explain
their love together, plus the singing of them together, coming together, kind of.
The whole lyrics of the song explain that. How the two hearts
no,
combine
it doesn't.
as one. Yes, it does. Do I have to pull up the lyrics?
You can, and I will tell you what's wrong with every single one of them.
Okay.
I do like the fact that Charming was like, "Hey," and this me singing is like, "I actually
I sound good.
I sound good."
So
then I think every
the chorus of the song, there's powerful magic when two hearts are one. A powerful magic as bright as the sun. Mm-hmm. So they're saying that their two hearts combined singing this song creates a powerful magic.
No, it doesn't.
It's
Yeah.
Where was the magic?
That's what it is. It's
Look,
keeping
they're
safe and being
two hearts. Yeah, you could do this without singing.
No,
it says,
the singing itself.
It says, watch the wish you made come true. That is what love and its powerful magic can do. Feel the song inside our hearts. That is where the magic starts. It grows with every note, soaring sweetly from my throat. Every line ends in rhyme. I don't know how, but it's sublime. With a melody so strong, how can we go wrong? The whole song is telling you that the song, the love of the song, like the love that it's creating, is in song form, and that is more powerful than regular love. That's the point of the song.
Yeah, but it don't make sense still. See,
it's the enchanted forest.
It makes plenty of sense to me.
The singing itself does not affect anything. And yes, it does. It does later in the episode, but the conclusion that they come to does not make sense about what it's supposed to do.
Oh, well, to them, the magic and the singing and the power that they're probably feeling out of it, it does make sense because that's what they grew up with. They grew up with magic.
Well, no, they didn't. But
Charming.
they grew up without magic, actually.
Well, they grew up in a land with magic, so they know what it can do, and they've done spells. I mean, hello, we got
Lewis says the singing was magic because the blue fairy made it magic.
Exactly. And because the script said
we had Snow White going, to forget.
So in terms of this song, what did you guys think of this actual song?
I liked this song.
I did like it.
Not my favorite.
I liked the
It was a good one to start out with.
They were self-aware, but it was still in that Disney cheesiness that I like.
I mean, it was very cheesy. This whole episode was cheese, but I like cheese.
But I like it, yeah.
Okay, so
but, here's a problem I have, and this is going to come up with another 2 other musical numbers later. It's cool to hear them sing, and they have really nice singing voices. And this is, it's really nice. I did enjoy the song. The thing I don't like is them dancing around the room and in there. Oh, this looks choreographed, but it's made to not look choreographed.
No, it was made to look choreographed.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably the least choreographed musical that I've ever seen.
But yeah. Except for the next song that we'll get into, but
so for me,
I feel like
this song. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like these 2 wouldn't be dancing around, jumping on furniture and whatever else if they weren't singing.
Well,
here's the thing about the songs.
The guy singing in the rain wouldn't be swinging on a lamppost if he wasn't singing.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing. I feel like, and this goes for 2 other characters, that these characters wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing if they weren't singing. And I think the spell itself just didn't affect their personalities. It just affected their singing voices. So I think I would have liked it better if they were singing, but they were still acting like themselves. And I don't think Charming and Snow would be doing a whole dance number, even if they were singing.
I think they would have.
I don't think
because they're different people then. They were different people back then. They weren't the same people that we know now. The people now, they wouldn't be doing it.
I've never seen a musical that didn't involve dancing. So
right. Hello, we had Gallivant, and that whole thing was dancing and singing.
Yeah, every musical, everything that I've ever seen had a choreographed number part of it.
Well, all the songs sounded very much like you're going to a show. Like a Broadway show. I've been to a couple.
Not a great one.
But no, they all seem like that, and they all dance. And that's how I think they portrayed it as. You sing and you dance. That's just how it goes.
Yep. All right, so for me, as far as this song goes, I actually love this song. I think this was a fantastic song to start the episode off with. I think it really...
It got rid of all the worries.
Yeah, it because I'm very guarded when it comes to musical. Like I said, I don't like them. So when we start off with this, and it's just like, it was a really catchy song, right? They had great voices, and I think especially for this one, and obviously Jake disagrees, but for this one, I feel like this was not super choreographed, and I feel like it was the right amount, and it wasn't over the top, and it was just... it was a little bit of, like, swinging around from lampposts on the bed. Like, you even saw, like, the handmaidens and stuff come in. And, like...
Oh, yeah, that was convenient.
They're cleaning up while they're doing it. They're kind of dancing, but not really. They're coming in and doing their thing. So, I thought this was a fantastic number. I thought it was a great way to start the episode off. And then we move from here to the Evil Queen, right? And we see the Evil Queen. And... So the song that we hear her start here, the very, very first song, she did 2 songs immediately back to back that went into each other. The first one was called The Queen Sings. This is the one where she's discussing with Sydney in the mirror how she's stuck in song and why is she singing and everything like that.
See, I liked this.
The mirror was singing. That's what cracked me up.
Sydney's back, by the way. Hi.
The mirror singing.
Yeah, welcome back, Sydney.
He was on
and this is the only other scene that you were in. They didn't bring you back or anything. You served your purpose. Goodbye. And Regina broke your mirror again. See, I like this part because Regina would be thinking this to herself. She's like, "Why the fuck am I singing? Can I stop, please?" She
Yeah,
would be
right.
fucking annoyed. And Alex, calm your tits, okay? I loved the episode.
Just the left one. The right one's a party tit.
Yeah.
So, like with this song, right? When it's not just Regina. We have Sydney singing. We see the seven dwarves or the six dwarves singing.
Yeah, there was only 6.
Yeah. Which
Does
I'll
Gopi doesn't
explain. I'll explain in a minute. It's only 6 dwarves. We see that. We see Marco and Pinocchio, right?
They're back.
And Jiminy Cricket is chirping to the music. Pinocchio doesn't actually sing. Marco does. Marco actually had a fantastic voice. Then we cut to Granny, right? And Granny singing. And
She's back.
Granny has a fantastic voice, but this is a similar problem that I had with the Supergirl musical that we just dealt with, the Supergirl Flash crossover musical. Her voice is very good. It was like Stein, for anybody that watches that. It was like Stein's voice. Very good, but he had more of like an opera voice in that. And she has kind of like an opera voice-ish in this, and it felt out of place in the song. But that's not saying she has a bad voice. It just felt a little out of place to me. And then we cut back to the end of Snow and Charming.
I didn't look up her background. Most of these people in the show have musical backgrounds. They've done musical theater. I haven't didn't look at hers.
So as far as this one goes, this is the first song that Regina sings before she gets into her big musical number.
Yeah.
Coming into this, and then like it's still doing the chorus of the Powerful Magic song and everything, and it just kind of like it rung everything home, because it's just like, okay, now you're seeing like everybody's affected by this. It's not just Snow and Charming. Like, this is everybody. Regina, the Mirror, and everybody in between. Everybody's affected with it, and I was like, fantastic. I'm still loving this at this point. Still loving it. I think it's
okay. Great. Little thing, just a little side note, kind of when they showed Granny, and she was at her house. Did you notice what she was knitting?
I didn't.
No.
She was knitting a white blanket.
Oh, Emma's blanket, you think? Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's completely...
Then Regina tore it up.
Well, of course, yeah, she tore it up, but, Granny probably
she fixed
that back up. But yeah, so I'm thinking, wow, I didn't even think about that. Granny knitted Emma's blanket.
Yeah.
It was just a little hit thing. I was like,
that's nice. I didn't notice that. Actually, really cool. Granny, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Granny's isn't Granny like a member of the council?
Yeah, I think so. And then we move right into where that ends to the third musical number, Love Doesn't Stand a Chance.
Yeah.
This is basically our villain song.
We got cussing.
Yeah.
Bitch? Is bitch a cuss?
We haven't...
Not really.
Okay, according to the network, it is, but it isn't. I don't know. It works weird, but...
I don't think anyone have used that word before in this.
Well, they've said this word before in this show, but they use it very sparingly.
Yeah.
Like once every 2 seasons.
Once every 2 seasons. That was just like, ooh, Regina.
Yeah.
You need to put some money in that swear jar over there.
Yeah, the evil queen would say these words.
Yeah,
she's been wanting to. She just hasn't been able to.
But she can sing them.
Yep. Exactly.
And she can sing.
And then what I loved about this was the Regina basically using the song to tell, like, love doesn't stand a chance. Like, your song doesn't do shit. Like, I'm gonna stop you anyway.
Yeah, one of the lyrics was I've been in love before, or something like that. She references back to her having loved before.
And that didn't work.
And that didn't work, so this isn't going to work.
Yeah. So, and then, like, we're watching her through the whole thing, and she's going through, and she goes and attacks the dwarves through song, breaks
But she doesn't kill anybody.
Pickaxe. How did she break the pickaxe? That's what I want to know. I thought that was, like, one of the most strong
She's magical.
She just broke it over her knee, though.
Or she's just really pissed off, and she can do that.
Yeah.
Well, she's singing, so her magic is amplified.
I'm aware that this was just, like, literally just before the curse, but I had to stop and check anyway, and it actually did say Grumpy on the handle of the pickaxe, not Dreamy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, This is when I paused the episode at this point. Because I'm like, there's only 6 dwarves in this scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, we're missing one of the dwarves, and I'm like counting, and I'm looking, and we're missing Dopey. Dopey wasn't here. Dopey wasn't even at the very end of the episode. Dopey was not in this episode at all. So I did some research, right? And the actor who plays Dopey, Jeffrey Kaiser, actually posted on Twitter, and this was about a year ago. He posted, "After season 5, the tree is free. I've left the show. Love to all my fans. I wanted to let you guys know so it wasn't a surprise later on." I had no clue that the actor actually left the show.
Because nobody follows him, and it's sad.
Well, then again, I mean, the original Disney cartoon of Snow White, Dopey doesn't say anything, doesn't talk.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't even talk. He never talked in the show.
Not
They
really,
kept
no.
that.
And you scroll through the comments, and some guy, Mike, asks him, "Can I ask why? What happened?" And he said, "I didn't like the way I was being treated. I'm not going into details, but it's been a long time coming." So when it comes down to it, he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy
Because
with his
he
time on the
played
show.
Dopey. Dopey wasn't a...
It's
Dopey was-
We don't know what happened.
Yeah,
We don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened. But that kind of caught me by surprise because I didn't expect that. So I figured maybe they would have tried to recast him.
No.
They didn't. Somebody else asked later on, further down, and they asked, "Is there any chance that we'll ever see Dopey on the show again?" And he said, "Only if they recast him. Like, he's completely under no circumstances coming back." So I'm really kind of upset about that. And I'm more upset that they actually told us that they freed Dopey from the tree. I would have rather have them at this point not told us this.
Yeah, right.
And still had him as a tree this whole time, and then at least it explains why he's not around, because now we have absolutely no clue why he's not around.
He went to go get his degree, and he's now a professor.
Yep.
I don't know what he's teaching. He can't talk,
He left.
but
Yeah, right.
So, Lewis says the Seven Dwarfs don't play a big role in the show. They don't. And I don't think that's what he
Not
was
anymore.
not happy about. I think there was some other stuff going around, because Dopey in particular had less than most of the
Grumpy
other
does,
dwarves.
but he just runs around.
well, the other
Carry-
dwarves that nobody cares about,
Yeah.
they're still around. They don't have speaking roles.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know their counterparts' names.
Yeah.
But they stayed for whatever reason. So, when you take that into consideration, it sounds like the actor, for whatever reasons, decided to leave the show, either because he wasn't being treated well, it could have been over money, we don't know.
Not enough
Scheduling conflict.
airtime.
All we know is he wasn't happy with it. And
Yeah.
what
And
it comes
it
down to
takes-
is his personal is like he himself. He doesn't say he was treated badly on the show. He said he didn't like the way his character, So
Yeah.
it seemed like he
And-
wanted more for the character, and there wasn't enough. So he wanted to go pursue other acting career.
Okay.
That's just what that seems like to me.
And it sucks to play Dopey. So
And I'm not
Does.
gonna
I
hold
was
that against
say,
him.
If someone says you're going to play Dopey, what are you
going to do?
you have either you take it or not. But knowing when you take it, knowing that you're probably not going to have a big role, because Dopey isn't that.
Yeah.
Dopey is Dopey.
So I mean, I
Well-
guess this is the first time I've really noticed him gone.
Yeah.
Because it was the most significant scene, I think, that we should have noticed Dopey. Like the other ones, it's whatever. The dwarves are separated; they're not always on screen, all of them at the same time.
But when you see all of them and one is missing,
Right.
then you know something's wrong.
Yeah. So, wasn't a huge deal, but it's something that I noticed this episode, and I just wanted to point it out because I'm sure most people didn't know. And then, she goes in one by one, and she's taking Marco and Pinocchio out. And Lewis does mention, I did notice this. He says, Regina did like a sexy little move when she went over to Geppetto's house and stabbed the knife into the table. I did notice that, and I did feel a little uneasy because Pinocchio
She was doing
right
all
there.
sorts of booby moves.
She was
I know.
doing the boob twerk. You know that thing?
Yeah. Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, she was shaking it all.
Yeah.
She was, doing this. If she had a pole, she would have made some money.
I mean, even if she was doing that to Marco, which I think she was, it's still a little unsettling because Pinocchio was right there. But it's minor.
There's
minor
children.
thing. Yeah, minor thing. And then and then Snow, Charming, she doesn't go attack them personally, but
Why? I don't know.
yeah. But overall,
You kill your guards in one swoop, but you just go to the civilians' houses and you don't do anything.
yeah,
You knock over some IKEA furniture.
Yeah, you kill your expendable guards, but not the people that you actually want to kill. But we don't necessarily know if she actually went and did that, or if it's just like this glorified musical like dream scene.
I think if it was a dream sequence, she would have done a lot more shit.
Maybe.
She might have.
And then from there, we go to.
I didn't like this song, by the way.
No,
I didn't like it.
the love doesn't stand a chance.
I don't like it.
And this is the one you were talking about. This is the first one you heard.
This is the first one I heard, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't know why.
It's the mashing of the two. They're two different styles, and they try to mash them together.
I mean, I like the idea of the song, and I like the style I usually like the style of song that it's in. I just don't like the song.
It felt like a rock power ballad. That's what it felt like. And I don't know. I think Lana had a really good voice on this one.
She did.
I liked her gritty, like when she got gruff with her voice.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. I can't tell you what's wrong with it. I can't tell you why I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah. I don't know. And so at this point, I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, so we got the very first song, we got The Powerful Magic, we had The Queen Sings, we came in, we got Love Doesn't Stand a Chance. Everyone to me felt like it was progressively getting better. So I'm like, we're good so far. We're about halfway through the episode right now, and we're good. We're good. I'm liking it. And then we get Charming and Snow go and see Hook. Right? This is where we get the musical number, Revenge is Gonna Be Mine. With all the pirates and the yo-hoing and...
It sounded very much like a Queen. Like it started off and I was just like, this sounds... Are they going to do it to like a Queen song?
Well, no, because these are original songs, but...
But yeah, no. But
somebody do an edit where you put a Queen song over this video.
It did sound like one. It was like...
Don't stop me now. You can do that. Somebody do that, please.
Yeah. So, through the song, it's revealed that Charmings are looking for passage to the Queen's castle. They want, Hook to do so.
Why?
This is where Hook reveals...
Can't they get there by... Do they need to get there by boat? Am I missing something?
We don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's probably faster than to take the
Well, we kind of know that
road.
the Charming's castle is kind of on a lake.
It's on a lake, but I don't.
But they weren't in their castle.
They were at the beginning of the episode.
Well, yeah, but not when they're asking for passage on the boat.
But I think in relation to, we've seen characters walk to Regina's castle.
I think it's just a far distance. It's probably a shortcut. It's probably a shortcut.
It's probably a shortcut and probably less chance of them getting spotted. And
the Jolly Roger is supposedly the fastest ship in all the realms. Yeah. So there you go.
So this is where Hook reveals about how he wants the crocodile, and they're like, "You really want revenge over a crocodile?" And then
he's like, "Wait for the second verse."
Yeah, that's when he goes. Literally, just wait for the second verse. And he reveals, that the crocodile is the Dark One. They tell Hook that they have the crocodile in their prison. That's why he can't find them. And they'll give him to Hook as long as they get passage, and Hook agrees. Now, this whole song with the pirates and the tavern and the yo-hoing and the beer and the... I just want to... For those of you that didn't know, Colin broke his foot when filming this. And broke it at the start of the musical on the chair.
When he on the chair, when he stepped his foot on the chair, when he stomped it, he broke his foot and he continued on.
Yeah.
He didn't know it was broken though at the time.
But that has to be painful as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Why is my foot hurting? I don't know."
Yeah. So, just imagine from that point on, this whole episode, this episode, Hook was doing it all with a broken foot. So, gotta commend him.
The actors on the show.
Oh God, he's so amazing. His voice was cool. I loved it.
Yeah. Did anybody else think of Gaston's? song.
Almost,
Yeah,
because
kinda.
it was the atmosphere of it all.
Yeah.
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 So as far as this song went, what did you guys think of this one?
I love this one.
Yeah.
I think it's really catchy.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And I feel, and again, something about what I said earlier about being out of character. I feel like Hook wouldn't be doing this sort of thing, even if he was under a curse.
Really
I feel
dance.
like he would be annoyed too that he was singing, but he seemed really into it. But you know what? I don't care because it looked like this one. I really don't mind that much because it looked like he was having a good time, and
Yeah.
and I really love the song, and I love the performance, and I love all the other.
And we know pirates sing
just-
anyway. That's just a thing pirates do. They have all their piratey songs, and like
Yeah.
this just
and
felt...
they conveniently rigged the table so that it spins without coming off.
Yeah. Well,
It's
if
a
you
lazy
noticed, if you paid close attention, the pirate that was sitting on the right-hand side was the one spinning the table. He was sitting down. You saw him turning it and stopping it. So, but still, it was absolute. I love this number.
It was this whole thing. They planned it before
Yeah.
they saw the Charmings come in. They're like, quick, get everything ready.
Yeah.
I do like the fact we saw Smeed again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, are you?
He wasn't
are you,
a rat.
Like, who the fuck would think this guy is captain?
He's like, I love the flattery that you would think, oh no, I'm the captain. he was like going to go into this whole monologue thing, and Hook just cut him right off. He was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Revenge is gonna be mine. Fantastic song. Like I said, just kept getting better as they went on. So still now moving right along. Like every song in order, I loved, and they just got better for me as they went on. Revenge is gonna be mine. I think is the best song on through the whole musical. I think absolutely fantastic. That's not to say it was my favorite, but I think it's the best overall number.
I loved it.
And then
I would agree. I'd agree that I think it is the best song.
now, keep in mind now, all these songs were available ahead of time. Right?
I didn't listen to him.
Right, neither did I. Every single song though was available ahead of time before the episode.
I listened to them by accident.
They wanted. You can't listen to them all by accident.
No, because I know someone else who watches the show, and then they were listening to it, but I didn't realize that they were listening to those songs. I'm like, oh, this song is good, but shit.
Yeah.
The songs that I heard were Regina's and Emma's, and those were the only two I heard.
So, the whole concept that they were on iTunes, they were on Spotify, they still are. They're you can get these songs wherever. And the whole purpose of releasing them early was so you could sing along while you were watching them. That was kind of their theory on it. I stayed away from it. I didn't even look at the track listing. I didn't want to know how many musical numbers, anything there were. I wanted to be pleasantly surprised. Now, in the next scene we get with the evil queen going to see Rumple, and she's like, I need these songs to stop, this whole thing, right? And she's like, all right, Dark One, sing. And I'm like, all right, here we go, because I know he can sing.
Yes.
I forget what movie it was now that he sang. He sang with he could play guitar and he could sing, and he did both in a movie, and I cannot remember for the life of me what movie that was.
He can strip too, because he's been in Full Monty. But no, he has a big musical theater background too.
Right.
So
I'm like, all right, here we go. This is gonna be either really
no,
good
as soon
or
as
really
he turned
bad.
around, did his little thing, I'm like, he's not gonna sing.
Well,
No,
you had
he-
the whole music build up, like the crescendo was kicking
like,
in,
nope,
and then
Nope.
he just laughs and he goes, "Sorry, dearie. Do you think the Dark One sings? I'd rather gouge my eyes out with a rusty fork." And I absolutely just burst out laughing. I applauded them so much. Like, this made me so happy. Like, this to me was better than the Dark One. Better than Rumple actually having a song was him not having a song. Like, and throwing that out there. Like, I could say that this was my favorite song, but it's not really a song, so that wouldn't be accurate. But
I wish he would have sung, but the way they did it was really good, and it was hilarious. And
I think it would have been creepy.
mm-hmm.
It would have been. I was waiting for him to be like singing it in Rumple's voice and be doing this thing, but yeah,
Just the way they set it up, and just the fact that he's in a cage, I'm like, he's not singing. He's not gonna sing. He's not gonna sing. He's not gonna sing. Yup, he's not singing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was kind of like predicting it, but I was kind of hoping that I was wrong. But no.
But see, like, if I had listened to all the musical numbers or I had seen the track listing ahead of time, I would have known he didn't have a musical number. So by keeping all that information in the dark for me, when we got to this, that was pleasantly surprising for me.
It was surreal. I was waiting for him. I was like, oh God, what's he going to sing? How is it going to, and then he does it. I'm like, ah! And then Regina's face was hilarious.
But if he were to sing, I feel like it would have been like a song that Plankton would sing on SpongeBob. Rachel, you know what I'm talking about.
SpongeBob! Yeah.
Yeah.
F is for fire.
That burns down the whole town.
Yep. And then we go from there to Zelina. Right now,
Showing
Zelina
my
is
Zelina
watching.
pride.
What?
I'm showing my Zelina.
Oh.
Right.
Yes, and Zelina's watching through her crystal ball, and this is where we get the musical
The
number.
spell affected Oz too.
Wicked always wins. Yeah, this is kind of where I was like, how far did this musical spell reach? Like, how far does fairy
It reached
magic
all
go?
the significant characters.
There you go.
It reached, but for all we know, it could have hit the land without color. Right?
Yeah,
it could have hit everything.
Yeah, you had the fucking mutated Frankenstein monster dude singing. It was, popping and locking that shit.
Yeah. No, for all we know, it hit every realm that is, like, everywhere.
And then you had
could have hit
Jafar
everything.
singing his reprise of Prince Ali.
Yeah. And this would explain how every Disney song has a musical number in it now. See?
Right.
See? Hmm? But then as Nikki pointed out in chat, it was like a little worried, like, how is this going to play out? Where, and then we find out in the end that none of them remember having this song. And I think that was great. I think that worked out great. But for Zelina,
Everyone's forgetting everything. Nobody's going to remember the season at the end of.
yeah. No, but for Zelina's song, she's kind of happy that Regina's about to fail. And then that's when she sends this green box to Regina. But I don't know. What do you guys think of Zelina's musical number?
This one's my favorite song.
Oh my God. It was very much straight out of like a Broadway. And the way she projected herself. And I wasn't expecting anything less from her.
You could tell that she was having a blast. And Zelina herself was having a blast. I feel like Zelina would do this. I feel like she would just get on her broomstick and start singing it. But you know what? The only thing that would have made it better had she just gone down into Munchkinland, just started whacking the Munchkins all around.
I started him on the head with her broom.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this song, but this is where, for me, it started petering off a little bit, because I loved the hook song, and then coming off the hook song to the Zelina song, I didn't like it as much. So, me personally, if I was somehow involved in the editing of the show, I would have made it so Zelina's song came before the Evil Queen. I mean the pirate song, "The Revenge Is Gonna Be Mine," because I think the pirate number was a lot more catchy than the Zelina song, and I think at that point that's kind of what we needed here. But I'm not saying the Zelina song was bad. It was really, really good. She has a great voice. I know that Lana was on an interview. I don't remember. It was Good Morning America or something like that. I don't know. She was on something. She was discussing the musical episode, and she said that herself and Jennifer Snow were the ones that were the most scared. Regina herself, Lana had a incident when she was younger, where she locked up on stage during a school play and had stage fright and didn't actually perform her number, and like she felt all the parents and everything standing there watching her, and she never thought she'd be able to sing in public again. So she was really worried about that. And
Well, she wasn't technically singing in public.
Well, the way that they did every single musical number here is they were all pre-recorded, but they were actually singing them while they were filmed. They were not lip syncing.
Well, that just helps, to actually sync it up when, when you go back into editing to actually, they'll play the song for you on set, and you try to sing along with it.
Yeah. And interview with Josh Dallas, Josh actually said that, or Charming, Josh said that it helps also get like the veins and everything going in the neck. You really see the emotion and everything if you're actually singing as opposed to lip syncing. But for Lana had mentioned for this, the two people on set that were the most excited to sing was Josh Dallas, and Rebecca Mader. So Zelina was really, really excited to get this song out. So
When Zelina asks you to give her a song, you give her a fucking song.
Yep. So I think it was a good song. Definitely not my favorite, but it's
We
not
need
my least favorite.
We need more mindless munchkin abuse. That's just what we needed.
Sure.
She would do that. She after she got out the broomstick, just once, just casually. There's a munchkin walking up behind you, and then she is all up into it, and she just like spreads her arms out while she's singing, and then she just casually just whacks the munchkin.
Whacks her in the head.
Now I was a little confused here. Why did she send the boxes to Regina?
Okay, so this part didn't make sense to me, but I think it makes sense in Zelina's fucked up head. So she said, I am going to help Regina with this plan to steal the Charming's voice, and therefore, by doing this, it's actually me who's stopping them. So I'm going to tell Rumple that, oh yeah, that box that they used
was
actually
mine, and then
box.
he'd be like, "Oh, I regret teaching Regina over you."
Yeah, because Rumple did mention to Zelina that I want you to prove that I picked the right witch, and Regina's obviously not thinking that he's talking about her sister or anything. She doesn't even know she has one at this point.
She don't know yet.
So, yeah.
But I like the little nod to continuity that, she doesn't know, but Zelina has always known. Zelina has been watching Regina all this time.
Yeah.
And that she's still in Oz, and that, the other witches are gone and Dorothy's gone. So good job, writers, on remembering, what you're written. And also, I want to say again, I love Oz, and I would love to see it explored more in the show, maybe next season. But Oz has not been utilized to its fullest potential because we keep seeing the same goddamn two locations.
Yeah.
Is this all that Oz consists of?
No, but you see that a lot on shows that have sets like that. So from there we move to the Charmings going to Regina directly. And this is where we get the song Charmings versus the Evil Queen, which is basically just a hybrid version of Love Doesn't Stand a Chance and Powerful Magic. It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
I actually really like this hybrid version. I dare to say it may have actually been my favorite song that they did. I just love the blend of it. I think it worked really well. The back and forth. At this point, it was nothing new, because it was literally two parts of the songs that we've already heard. But the mashup of it, and at this point, it's kind of almost... It's ridiculous to say it's nostalgia at this point, because it's literally from 20 minutes earlier. But it gives kind of a nostalgia feel at this point, But I honestly, I think this was my favorite number of the entire episode. And I just loved it. And then how Regina stole the song from them, and you see them like try to sing and they can't sing anymore.
That was hilarious. Actually, that was pretty funny for me.
Oh, it was so good. And then she
the
mentioned
first thing
how
that popped in my head was Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and she mentioned how this green box just showed up, but green isn't really my color. But it seems to have done the trick.
Where this came from?
What?
Didn't you wonder where this thing came from?
Yeah, she did. She said, I just found it in my vault.
She didn't care.
I just found it in my vault, but whatever. It seems to have done the trick, so who cares? So, but yeah.
It was like a music box, because after it was done, it looked like it had the music box.
You had to put literal music in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we did see the power of the song was working. It was suppressing Regina's magic. It was keeping... She couldn't use her powers, the fire, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was working up to that point. If it wasn't for Zelina, they may have actually defeated her with the song.
But then we
And
didn't.
then then we went and had the savior, as she is now.
Yep. So, but this is when Blue shows up, and after Regina
You got a
sends them back
costume
home.
change.
Yeah.
Your stripper jellyfish costume is gone. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
She revealed that no one could actually take the song, that it's inside all of them, but it was not meant for defeating the Evil Queen. It was meant for Emma.
And you guys never sang again.
Basically. So she won't be alone in the final battle, and in the morning, no one will remember any of this. So I think this was a really good way to put the musical out there, get the musical going. Like the explanation for why they were singing were fantastic. The songs were fantastic. They were really catchy. Enjoyed every single song so far. And then the explanation of why they went away and why they're not remembering their songs and why they're not singing anymore completely makes sense. So as far as this
it's just
goes,
to keep them safe.
yeah, as far as this goes in terms of a story, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Loved it, absolutely loved it.
I was hoping that they wouldn't retcon everything. Like, oh, it's not canon, so like it doesn't matter what happens in this episode. No.
Yeah, nope.
No.
It was 100% true to the whole thing. But now we go back to present day, right? And we have Emma. She goes to the Black Fairy to give her her heart. She wants to save all, her family from the spell that's frozen. That's when the Black Fairy grabs her heart. She can't crush it, and we get the song known as Emma's Theme.
And it falls out of her hand, and she leaves her heart on the floor.
Yeah.
I had to
So-
pick up your heart. Dust it up. Come on.
But if someone steps on it.
Emma singing the song, it's definitely not my favorite song at all. Like, this is probably my second to last favorite song.
This is actually my second favorite song.
So, yeah, I don't know.
It was very. Okay, I was surprised by her voice, but I wasn't at the same time because the actress, her sister is a singer.
Yeah.
So it runs in the family. So.
Yeah.
Like I said before, though, it was really cool that they used the tune of the show, incorporated that into the song. I thought that was really great.
Now the Once Upon a Time theme song has words.
Yeah. I think Jennifer Morrison does have a good voice, and I felt the scene was really powerful. Like the whole it breaking the magic aspect of the kind of curse. It's
The
an element
the
from
Frozen?
the curse, but yeah.
The Frozen.
The Frozen.
The
curse.
Frozen magic.
All I know is that when she was doing that, the Black Fairy looked like she was scared shitless.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
was.
what is this thing? What is this thing that you're doing?
What's
What
going
you doing
on?
with your voice?
Why are you singing?
If she doesn't know what. No, I just like to think that she doesn't know what singing is.
Maybe.
Like she's never heard singing before, so she's like freaking out because she doesn't know what Emma's doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure those children did sing when they worked. So
I love the scene.
Those children did not sing.
I love the scene. I just didn't care for the song. And I'm not saying the song was bad in context of the show, but I'm also looking at it as something that I would listen to maybe outside of the show. And I could guarantee you that there's not a song I would ever listen to outside of the show, where almost every single one of the other numbers I would.
I mean, I think it's because it's the show's theme.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we've heard it so many times, but now it has words. But because, like, we've never heard this song, like, nobody listens to the Once Upon a Time theme song other than when they're watching the show. So I think because it's a song we've heard over and over again and you just put words to it, it's really only significant because it's tied to the show.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see
That being
I
said,
don't think there's any. I don't think there's any of the songs I actually hated in this episode.
there was definitely one for me. And that was after Emma broke the spell and realized that her family's been with her the whole time and her whole life, and we cut to
but they don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, and we cut to the wedding on top of Granny's diner. It's on the roof.
I think it's across the street.
Is it?
I think that's their apartments.
Yeah, because it was on the kitty corner from the clock tower, and Granny's is on the same side as the clock tower.
I don't think
Okay.
Granny's rooftop is big enough.
Yeah,
for
I was
all
gonna
those
say that was a
people.
little weird to me, especially
But
after Charming made such a big deal out of not wanting it at Granny's. On top of Granny's would have been better. Okay, so it's across the street. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me very much of like a Wonderland with the checkered board floor and everything. Everything looked very
Green screen.
Wonderland.
Don't do this to me.
It did though. I'm sorry. And as I saw because I'm stupid and went on Facebook and saw an actual picture of her wedding dress, and I knew exactly where they got the inspiration from.
This wedding dress was so much better.
Alex
any
is
of
saying in
the-
chat, he goes, I have to disagree with you, Dom. Emma did a great job, and I love how it was extremely powerful, in my opinion.
She
Way
didn't do a
better
bad
than the
job.
hook song. I didn't say she did a bad job. I think she did a great job with the song. I think it was a very powerful song. Yeah, she did better than Hook, but that doesn't mean I like the song better than Hook. Just because it was a good job doesn't mean that it's better. I don't know. I didn't like it.
But the inspiration for her dress, even her head, if you go look up Grace Kelly, that was the inspiration for this dress because it's almost identical, even down to the headpiece.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that dress. So it was like, to me, it was like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
My little princess inside me. Because she married the Prince of Monaco. So
yep. And then
she's a princess too.
We have Dr. Hopper as the minister of the peace.
Great, you're back. Hey,
he's been here this whole season. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's been here the entire season.
Hook, you're a captain. You can marry people.
He's
Only
not gonna
on his
marry
ship.
himself.
That only applies on his ship.
Then exactly my point. Exactly.
Well, they already went through that they weren't getting all the guests on board to get seasick. This was already established a few episodes ago.
Who the fuck cares? Get on the fucking ship.
Give him some like
And
Jeremy.
I'm pretty sure you
feed
can't
him some
marry
ginger,
yourself.
that'd be good.
Pretty sure you can't marry yourself.
Y'all can be. No, this is fine. There's magic in this world. Your rules don't apply.
Yeah. Even Nikki in chat is saying Emma's song definitely had more meaning than Hook's song. I'm not disagreeing that. I'm disagreeing whether I liked it or not, and I didn't like it as much as Hook's song. I totally get it. I respect it for being what it was. I'm not saying
And
it's
if
bad
Nikki is
in
saying
any
that,
way,
then it
shape,
has
or
to be
form.
true.
Yeah, if Nikki's saying it has to be true. Yeah, but no, I'm not bashing the song in any way, shape, or form at all. I think she had a fantastic voice. The song that I will bash is the song "A Happy Beginning." I absolutely hated this song more than
I didn't hate it.
any
I didn't
song.
hate it.
Only for the sole reason that this is the only song that felt out of place in the entire musical, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because
so
you have all these other ones in the past, right? And I think I made this pretty clear that if all of the songs happened in the flashbacks and it was contained to that, I'd be completely fine with it. The majority of them were. This song, the wedding song, and Emma's song were not. And I will even take Emma's song for what it was and what it represented and how it tied to the musical. I think it was still perfect the way it was in the episode. This song just felt very, very out of place to me.
it's because this song happened after the flashbacks and it happened after Emma's song. Emma's song was significant to the story because that's the only thing that could stop, the Black Fairy. This song had no place.
Yeah.
There was no reason for Emma or Hook or any of the other characters in this town to sing.
Henry.
So they're singing for no reason.
Henry.
There's no curse that's making them sing.
I love that if you look on the Spotify or the iTunes credit, that they actually credit Henry with like as much credit as they credit everybody. And Henry said 2 words.
He didn't sing those
said 2
words.
words.
He didn't sing.
He said those words.
Yeah. He's
He
listed.
said those with a little inclination. He said them, so like that was barely singing.
Yeah.
But again, this song I'm not too crazy about, and because my main issue is the reason why the song exists, and just the song itself I don't really like, because this song reminds me of that wrap up song at the end of a show that you see at Disneyland,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not altogether crazy about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the shows at Disneyland are amazing, but there's always that one song at the end that's an original song that I don't like. I never really liked them, and that's
Yeah.
what this felt like to me. So it just brought back bad memories for me. So I'm like,
Yeah.
we can skip this part.
I mean, everybody's listed on there, and Jared is literally the one at the end. He's like the last one credited, but he didn't really sing, so I don't know.
Because he can't.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess technically, since he's featured as an audio cue in any way, shape, or form on the track, that
His actor
they have to
said
include his number.
it's good that they didn't give me a song because I can't sing.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I actually really like this musical episode.
Yes.
This is gonna go up there with me for one of the best musical episodes any show has ever had. I'm not saying it is the best. It is one of the best.
No, it's in my top 5 now because I didn't have a fifth one to put in the slot, but this one goes above Power Rangers but right under Bob's Burgers.
For me, I dare even say this was better than the Psych one for me, and I loved the Psych episode.
And you still need to watch the other musicals that I just mentioned.
So, but I don't know necessarily if I like this better than Gallivant.
No, Gallivant is better. I will say that. In my opinion, Gallivant is better.
Yeah.
Gallivant was amazing. They should never have canceled it. Fuck you guys who want to watch reality TV.
But we got Princess Jasmine out of it, so you know what? I'm not complaining.
True.
Yep. So I guess, you know, now that it's we discussed everything that there was about the musical itself. Going back now, which one was your guys' favorite song for the whole musical?
Zelina's.
Mine was a toss-up between Hooks and Zelina's. There really is.
Yeah. Like I said, I think Hook is probably the most fun and catchy one, and I think I really, really enjoyed that one. And will probably be the one that I listen to the most outside of the show. But as terms of the show and how it all went down, the mashup song, the Charmings versus the Evil Queen, I think ends up being my favorite contained to the episode. So, Hooks was just absolutely fantastic. And then for another little bit of news that I'm sure everybody's heard at this point, but I feel like we have to address it anyway, is Jennifer Morrison has officially posted on her Instagram, as I reached the end of my 6-year contract on Once Upon a Time, I was faced with a significant decision. ABC, Eddie Kitsis, and Adam Horowitz very generously invited me to continue as a series regular. After very careful consideration, I've decided that creatively and personally, it is time for me to move on. Emma Swan is one of my favorite characters that I've ever played. My 6 years on Once Upon a Time has changed my life in the most beautiful ways. I am absolutely blown away by the passion and commitment of the Oncer fans. I am so honored to have been a central part of such a special show. I will be forever grateful to Adam, Eddie, and ABC for giving me the gift of playing Emma Swan. As I move on to other creative endeavors, I will continue to attend the fan conventions whenever my professional schedule allows. I will look forward to meeting the fans. If ABC Network does in fact order a season 7, I have agreed to appear in one episode, and I will most certainly continue to watch Once Upon a Time. The creativity of the showrunners has always inspired me, and I cannot wait to see the ways that they continue to develop and reinvent the show. Oops. So, this is in fact Jennifer Morrison's last season. Emma's leaving the show.
Yes.
Nikki's probably jumping for joy out of her chair.
And Nikki, fuck you. But
and she has the flu. No, but Nikki's actually grown to like Emma recently. Like last couple episodes we've talked about, she's like, you know, I actually agree with what Emma did. Emma's, you know, really go, you know, so
Emma's
she's coming around. Yeah, exactly.
I think this is a good way. I mean, they can make it, because the curse was to separate her from her family and stuff. So
But I like to
It's
see
a-
how they write her out of the show.
That's probably one reason they're going to be trying to find her, probably. And I have a
But I
feeling
don't-
that she'll be back. She'll be back in.
Oh, she will be. She totally
She'll
will
be
be.
coming go, and probably maybe if she decides if they get keep getting picked up, maybe she'll come back not next season but the season after, or maybe she'll come back in the mid-season. We don't know.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Now,
Things change.
So her contract is for a series regular, and so there are recurring characters in this show that aren't series regulars, but they do come back. Ruby being one of them, or Mulan, or Archie. She's gonna come back, you guys. She's gonna come back.
Oh, she's definitely, because
well, she was specifically asked whether or not she had negotiated to return for the series finale, and she said she can't make any promises at this point. So she doesn't want to make a commitment to something because it really depends on her schedule.
And it depends on when the series finale is, because it could be freaking 5 years from now. We don't know.
Yeah,
it could be next year. We don't know.
Yeah, we know.
It could be. I'm telling you guys right now, it's not this year. It's
absolutely
not.
not.
We're getting another season. We have from ABC Entertainment President Channing Dungey announced.
Dungey. Sorry.
Dungy, I don't know. Announces the network's 2017 to 28 primetime schedule will be revealed Tuesday, May 16th. So that is one day before we do the finale podcast. So we hopefully, and by hopefully,
we'll know by then.
We'll know by then for sure whether or not we're having the next season. With that, we have Jennifer Goodwin and Josh Dallas have not stated anything about the negotiations for their contract yet. They are the ones that are kind of keeping it on secret the most. We're probably going to find out once we know, once the finale airs, right? Once we see that.
Yeah.
Because for all we know, they may, I hate to say it, they may die. They may not make it in the finale. And if they say that they're not renewing their contract at that point, then, we knew before going in that something's going to happen to them. Or, it could be a pleasant surprise that they are renewing, but they want to leave it. It can go either way. So the reason for them not saying is because they don't want to ruin the finale. Josh has also stated that in the finale that they've put a pretty good bow on it. A lot of people are going to be really happy with it. A lot of characters have their closure. Everything's in a nice little bow. But there's always going to be things that people don't like, and there's a hook left in place in case it does get renewed for another season to continue an aspect of the story out. So
they always do that when their show isn't picked up right away.
Yeah.
Like they did with Wonder Woman. That didn't happen.
Colin O'Donoghue, which is Hook, still is in contract for one more year. So he will definitely be in the next season. And I'm curious, without Jennifer Morrison around, how they're going to write his character, because
you just married her, dude. What are you going to do?
Well, with the curse the way it is, she's been separated. So it could be he spends this whole year trying to find her.
Yeah. So here
I
is
don't
my.
like. I don't
want that. I don't want
Don't
them.
want that,
we dealt with
I'm
this
just saying
on
that's
another
just
show.
That could happen.
On another show, we dealt with a character that was put under basically a sleeping curse, for all intents and purposes. So the character could come back for the finale, and they dealt with a lot of, oh, I can't believe this character's gone. How can we bring this character back? Let's try to find ways to bring this character back. And it really just felt like they were reaching. So I hope that is not what they do.
Happen.
I don't want this. We can't find Emma. Where's Emma? We have to find her. That goes on and lasts when we know as fans she's not coming back. It feels disingenuous to the show. So I hope it's not left like that. I really hope that it is like a happy conclusion with her, and it's not spending the characters for the whole next season looking for her.
They might do it at the beginning just because, oh my God, we're split up from her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or she chooses to leave. We don't know how it's going to go. But all I'm going to say is you better do it right. And if Hook is going to come back, there needs to be a reason for him to still be on the show. Without
does the women like him and he's hot?
That other than that, story wise.
Okay, even some men like him because he's hot.
Sure.
But so this is what I was talking about before. That some characters are going to leave when a show goes on for too long. Characters are going to leave,
It happens.
and that opens the door for other characters to come in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Emma is our main character. This is an ensemble cast, but Emma has always been our main character. And with her gone, someone else can come in and like take on. Maybe we'll have a new savior, or maybe there won't be a savior, and we'll just focus on other individual characters, and there won't be a main character.
Well, we're having a new character introduced in the next episode, played by Andrew J. West, who, if anybody's familiar, played Gareth on The Walking Dead. So we don't know anything about this character, but supposedly this character is set up for what we're going to be dealing with next season. Whether it's a villain or a hero or whatever, I don't know.
I mean, a new villain is always welcome on this show, but I feel like the villain that we have right now, kind of lame. Don't like her. So, I would like to see, with Emma gone, and all this savior stuff can be put on hold for a while. I would like to see a villain that's not connected to the mythology of the show, and like have just like a new big storyline that we could do, or just like do smaller storylines. That'd be nice, just for a couple of episodes, or like for an arc of a season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that saying from the rumor mill, Robert Carlyle and Bell, I believe, have extended their contracts. It's just not a public thing yet, or they're really, really close to negotiation for the contract. Basically, what it came down to with Robert Carlyle is his kids. His whole family moved up there to Canada where they're filming. And he said it really is going to come down to them at the end of the day more than anything and what's best for them. So that's going to determine whether or not we see Rumple. Seems like the kids are, from what the interview was saying, the kids are really happy there. They have a lot of friends and stuff like that. So I don't see Robert Carlyle wanting to take his kids away from all that. So I 100% expect to see more Rumple next season, and I honestly would be really disappointed if we didn't, but I would still watch. So
yeah, I'm actually really excited to see what the next season brings.
Yeah, and first it's time for something new, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think with this new, just a bit of predictions, I think this new curse, what the Dark Curse does is it brought everybody to this realm, this world without magic. Now, I think what this new curse is going to do, if she wants to separate everybody, that this new curse is going to take everybody to different realms. So, like, we'll have, like, a few characters in Oz, and we'll have a few characters in the World Without Color, and then a few characters in Agrabah, so, like, things like that.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool for sure.
Yeah, I'm very curious what they're going to do.
So, do you guys have any prediction on who Andrew J. West could be playing? I'll pull up a picture of him, just so you guys can kind of make prediction based on the picture, which is still going to be really hard because it may not be necessarily a Disney character.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It could just be a literary character, but honestly, you never know with this show, really.
Right.
Yeah. So
and even just looking at him, I honestly couldn't tell you what I would even want him to play. He looks like
Captain Hook.
He looks like a watered down version of Hook, is what I would go.
He looks like he could be Hook's son.
Or an older Henry.
Yeah, or what if Hook, in his pirating days, all the port of calls and.
Well,
he wouldn't be he wouldn't be someone. You know what I mean? He could be kind of like almost a bad guy trying to get back at his dad for leaving him, kind of thing. Yeah. So he wouldn't be that typical villain that we all know. I'm just saying, just throwing that on out there. God, my spaghetti carries.
Well, I don't put it past Hook, honestly.
Right. Well, at that point in time, he was pretty loose,
Well, he wasn't loose, but
Yeah, he was.
maybe his belt was.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that it could be an adult, older Henry.
That's what I was thinking.
It could be.
But I was thinking that could be like something like 2 seasons later.
Well, the big rumor right now is that Jared is not returning for next season. That he will be going to school and various
I was
things.
gonna say he probably wants to go to school and stuff. So
So,
no blame him. That's how a lot of kid actors do. They get to this age and they're like, I want to go to school. I want to go to college.
And like,
I want to do that thing. Not necessarily make friends, but I want to do that.
I don't want to have to go to school in a trailer.
Yeah, and
right.
I mean that could be something to do with the glyphs too for the author pen that they could be. We don't know what that means. It's something
we need to pick that back up. And,
yeah, it's something that's going to get resolved, I think, in the finale, and that's what we're going to find out.
And you know what? Ones has done things with de-aging and re-aging people before, so and I'd like to see this realm that we're going to go back to that apparently time moves differently there, and we don't know what it is.
Yeah. Almost everybody unanimously, including Nikki in chat, is saying adult Henry. So I'm gonna have to go with that, guys. I actually 100% agree with you guys.
I don't want to go against. I would hope go against the river.
I would hope it would be like a character like Scar, like that would, because I've been dying for Scar on the show forever, but I don't see him playing Scar.
But then we would need a Mufasa
and a Simba.
You don't need a Simba.
Not necessarily.
But yeah, no.
But yeah.
My first thought was Hook, but
Mm-hmm.
like they could throw that in there. That'd be hilarious as hell.
Yeah.
Because then he'd have to rectify the whole because what his dad did to him and.
Yep, and I want to know, where was Violet during this wedding?
Oh, Violet is dead. I'm convinced that she's dead until you tell me otherwise.
She's not, because Violet is coming back for the finale. So,
in a coffin.
Maybe that's Violet's other boyfriend.
Oh, maybe. So
that little horror.
The next 2 episodes, which both air this Sunday, are called The Final Battle, Part 1 and Part 2. Henry awakens to a cursed Storybrooke and finds Emma has been in the mental hospital, and the Black Fairy is the new mayor.
Oh, dear Lord.
Henry attempts to help Emma regain her memory, while Gold tries to find out what has really happened to Belle. Meanwhile, Snow, Charming, Regina, Zelina, and Hook are trapped in a crumbling fairy tale land and desperately try to figure out a way to be reunited with Emma and Henry on the season finale. So
another fucked up version of a world that we've already been to.
Yeah, so what are we going to call the Black Fairy Storybrooke?
We are going to call it Blackbrook.
Blackbrook? Okay. I love that we both came to that conclusion at the exact same time.
It's a horror book. How about that?
Blackbrook.
It was like a Stephen King novel.
Yeah. Sounds fantastic. So, you guys have anything else?
Nope. I'm just really looking forward to next. We're looking forward to next season. What they're going to do.
Yeah, because I mean, after season 3, I didn't know what they were going to do. I'm like, you did time travel. What else could you possibly do? Well, they did it, and so I just want more. I just want more creativity out of the show. This season.
And I think with Emma gone, with Jennifer gone, they're going to have to do something creative.
They're going to have to, and you're going to have to pull
say
somehow.
2 shows that I just dealt with this season that both had 2 of their main characters removed from the show. One of which was not new for this season, but they've done 2 seasons now with it. One of them, the show went in a completely different direction and was fantastic. The second show went more of a nostalgia trip because the character was returning for the finale, so it was a little bit of a different boat. But both series ended up being really, really well done. So just because you lose your main character, guys, does not mean the quality of the show is going to dip. In fact, it kind of does the complete opposite. It reinvents creativity because you don't have to pigeonhole characters into certain roles anymore. You get more freedom to do what you want. So I 100% expect the show to go in a completely better direction. So,
Hopefully.
yep. All right, so that is our show. Jake, where can the people find you?
You can find me and all my Googles and gore and my Monsters and Mayhem here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar or on ASO TV, or you can find me on Twitter, tweeting me throughout the week, throughout the life at ToNowhereLand. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhereland Society. I have extended my outro.
I've noticed. It's a mouthful now. Pretty soon, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that in one breath. It's going to get longer and longer.
I'll find a way.
Rachel, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Twitter at VikingWitch76 and on Twitch at VikingWitch.
Awesome. You can find me down below at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM.
Madame.
And you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+,
Gmail.
Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
And on MySpace.
For joining us. There's so many of you in chat. I can't possibly go through and name everyone. There's way too many of you. Thank you guys. You know who you are. We love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again for the finale. And we'll also have some news regarding the Once Upon a Time rewind that we plan to do as well.
This summer, yes.
Yes, for season 2. We will go back and do season 2. So we'll have some news for you guys then. See you guys later.
Bye.
Princess Diana's dress looked like moldy frosting.
Yeah. One quick question that I will address before we end the recording. Where'd it go? I just saw it. Ashley says, what shows were I referring to? The two that lost their leads. And it was Sleepy Hollow, which lost their main lead female actress, and The Vampire Diaries, which for 2 seasons now has lost their main lead female actress. Both went in completely different and very interesting directions, and I applaud them for their creativity. See you guys later. Alright, that is the end of the recording. Thank you guys once again so much. Alex, for rallying in the troops. The usual Lewis, Sally, Ash. I think Ashley. I can't remember Ashley. Were you here last week, or was this your? Because I don't remember your icon. If you were here last week, you changed your icon, and that's throwing me off. Zora Ark, Daniela,
And all the lurkers.
Yes, all the lurkers as well. Carlos, even though you came a little late, we don't mind at all. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you joined
I do
us
not
anyway.
know it. The dress was ugly. I still think the dress is ugly.
Have hope once if we don't have to continue going back to old storylines, flashbacks, and not fit in. Believe me, Alex, it's gonna work out. Believe me. Doesn't mean we're gonna get a season 8, but season 7 is still gonna be fantastic. Don't you worry. Read my prediction. I want to know what you guys think. Where was your prediction, Alex? Did I miss that?
I think chat only goes back so far to put it in chat.
Alex says sometimes we have good predictions and the show goes on a different route, and that frustrates me. Yeah, unfortunately that happens. They can't go everything. If everything went how we wanted it to go, we wouldn't have much of a show because we'd be able to predict everything.
No, seriously though, I was alive when Princess Di got married, and I did not like her dress. I actually liked Grace Kelly's dress a lot better than hers.
I don't know why the gays love her so much.
Her dress, it looked like a bad prom dress. It was way too poofy. Of course, that's just me. I didn't like it. I've never liked poofy dresses like that.
No, it was not. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for joining us then, especially since this is your first time. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next week. The dress of the fairy tale princess? Come on.
Mm-mm. Grace Kelly's was better. And even, what's her name? Kate, who married Prince William. Her dress was designed after Grace Kelly, and that was beautiful too.
Yep.
I think simple is better. Poofy is not. Poofy just means you have something to hide. It
And you
masks.
can't sit and you can't sit down.
Mm-mm. And if it's too big and all you see is the dress, you don't see the person in the dress looking beautiful in the dress.
And you literally can't see the person. It's too puffy. It's all the way up to their neck.
Well, I mean, hell, if you look pictures of Princess Diana's dress, her sleeves, her shoulders are as big as her head.
And you know your arms must get tired for
I
constant.
know that thing. I can't believe that dress weighed a lot. I can't remember how much they said that dress weighed. It weighed a lot because it was a lot of fabric. A lot of fabric.
It was like in the 1800s when, you know, ladies would wear those giant ass dresses. They were human triangles is what I called them because they had to stick their arms out constantly.
And then they had the metal things underneath.
Oh yeah, those things, the things that you climb on at the playground.
Yep, exactly. But no, if you look up Grace Kelly's dress, her wedding dress, it definitely looks like Emma's. It's very taken from that, and I love that because I love that classic line, that classic look.
Yep. So Alex, were you surprised that I actually liked the episode? Everybody's expecting me to hate it.
I expected Nikki to hate it, actually.
Yeah?
I didn't expect anyone to hate it. I wasn't expecting.
I don't know, because after the Supergirl fiasco, I absolutely hated that Supergirl Flash crossover musical. Absolutely hated that. I was expecting the worst. I was expecting the worst going into this.
I was just expecting it to be better than the Power Rangers episode because it's Power Rangers. Even though I love that episode, it's still Power Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you very much, Ashley, for joining us. It was a blast having you.
Now you gotta take the blood oath.
The blood oath. I don't even think I took the blood oath.
I took the blood oath. You didn't ask me to, I just did it.
Okay.
You just did it. What?
Yeah, but next time, Dom, get a bigger van. It was uncomfortable back there.
Yeah. No, there was some talk earlier of maybe moving the show if it came down to it. ABC, I think, Nikki said ABC give the rights to CW and Netflix. As much as I would love to see CW take control of it, and more specifically, let me not say the CW take control of it. Let me more specifically say, give it to Julie Plec, or get Julie Plec involved in Once Upon a Time, because she's such a fantastic director producer that I think she would do great on the show. But ABC would not give up the rights to a Disney-based show to a company that's not Disney.
If you were to give it to
and because
if you were to
Disney-
give it to Netflix, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it.
And because Disney also owns Marvel, and CW has a lot of DC shows on it right now, that is guaranteed not to make it to the CW.
Disney isn't
Netflix-
going to be letting go of any of their properties anytime soon.
Netflix maybe, but I see the
No.
budget becoming less if it went to Netflix, because then they have to worry about paying royalty fees.
Well, they would. I don't think they wouldn't give it to Netflix, but they would share it with Netflix.
Yeah. So
That's possible.
put my prediction in your Twitter message, I believe. Okay, let me check my Twitter.
I mean, it's like the Netflix Marvel shows.
I don't see anything on Twitter, Alex. Ashley goes, "Okay, Jake, what's the oath?"
It's super serial. Super secret.
Okay, so you got to spit into a cup.
Oh God.
Oh god, this is getting terrible already.
Then you got to go up to a dog with a little Dixie cup.
I thought it was
This is getting worse.
I thought you were gonna say go to a dog with a little dick, and then you said cup, and I'm like, okay, Rachel, that's just not where your mind should be going.
This is getting worse. I want nothing to do with this blood oath. I do not condone this.
She asked, okay? Ashley, you asked.
Let me see. I guess maybe I should check Alex's personal Twitter.
So you gotta get up under the dog with a little Dixie cup, and don't substitute any cats. No, we don't want cat pee.
It's gotta be dog pee.
It's gotta be.
This is getting terrible.
And it's gotta be a male dog. You can't collect pee from a female dog. It gets all over the place.
No, I want nothing to do with this. Now it's getting weird.
That's getting weird. Oh, it's not even to the weird part yet.
No, we're not there yet.
No.
And I'm gonna laugh in your face because that's not what you were supposed to do. There's no blood.
Alright, so I hope this is what Alex is talking about. It's not on Twitter, it's on Instagram. And says, so I was thinking last night, I had a prediction that they're going to take everything away from the evil queen. They're going to take everything away from Rumpelstiltskin, and they're going to take everything away from Captain Hook. So those three, unfortunately, are villains, and villains don't get happy endings. And I think perhaps that's going to be one of the main focuses continuing with Season 7. Those three are confirmed to stay. What do you think?
They did. They kind of picked that up, touched on that in Season 4. And I think, well, okay, Rumple needs to get a happy ending first. Because Hook has his, Regina has found hers. So I think once Rumple has his, then they can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that is exactly what Alex, he just sent me. A screen cap of that picture that I just found, so. Okay. Yeah. I would like to explore the villains and their happy endings more. I want to give Cruella her happy ending.
Yeah, because
Cruella's dead.
Yeah, she could.
That doesn't mean shit in this
Cora
show.
still had her happy ending and she died.
Yeah.
She didn't really have a happy ending. She just came to peace.
That was her happy ending, I think.
Ashley just died of laughter. Great, you killed Ashley. Good job, Jake.
Great. I did my job. Remember when I
Your
said
job is to
giggles?
kill Ashley? That's a terrible job.
Remember when I said giggles and gore?
Alright, thank you guys so much. We've actually been live for 2 hours now, so we're gonna take the stream down. Thank you guys so much
I've been
for
sitting in
joining us.
this chair since 6:30, so yeah.
And
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have to go get up,
off.
stretch our legs, and Jake's got to wash Zelina off his face.
That's
That's less disturbing what you were talking about when you killed Ashley. Thanks, Jake.
no, she's still here. See,
Is she? She might be messaging us from the underworld. I don't know.
Oh god.
You killed her. She died of laughter.
She died under Princess Diana's dress from suffocation.
No.
see, Princess Diana couldn't see over her dress. She sat on Ashley accidentally at the party.
Oh my god. You guys are terrible. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys again next week with hopefully some good news about the renewal.